I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push a mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be.
That was amazing. That was amazing. I need to throw this up there before we had it. Now he has to leave because it's the wife's birthday.
Hey, I got him a hat. I got him a hat I can send his way. I think I'm wearing it.
Bro, that was, if he had a USPS hat, oh my God, can we please get that to happen? Holy cow. Nice. Man, oh man. Hey, welcome, gentlemen. We're joined tonight by Caleb the Great, as well as the illustrious, I believe the word was convivial, Dargan Ware, our resident hog right here. Oh man, I got to throw this note from Tidwell though. One time, for real, bro. That was classic.
That was pretty great.
See, the thing is, he's been sitting on that package now for quite some time. And I said, bro, just don't open it. Just wait till we're on camera. And then his work schedule got screwed up. And then, he's not been on the show for the past few weeks. And I'm like, man, we got to get you on camera. And he's like, yeah, no. And then he's like, oh, I'm going on vacation. I'm leaving to go to Georgia. And I'm like, oh, crap, you're going to be able to get on? And he was like, man, I don't know. I have to find a connection. So he found a connection in some relative's garage, it looks like. So anyway, whatever, we finally got it. So that's it's all good. Anyway, let's get to business, man. We had a long intro there. I want to get down to brass tacks. Tonight we're talking Arkansas.
Woo pigs.
Woo pig. And in case you didn't see the Charlotte's Web thumbnail, it was a work of art, honestly. So first off, we're going to talk about what's changing at Arkansas. Yeah. So let me get organized here. It's like when the kids surprise you in the classroom and it's like my whole lesson plan is gone. You know what I mean? So what's changed? So Dargan, all right, talk us through it, man. Some things. So you guys are going to be losing some guys to the draft, graduation. Maybe transfers. I'm not even sure about that, but but you also have guys coming in and recruiting and whatnot. So sure. I'm just going to give you the floor. So let's hear it.
All right. Well, so our biggest loss is the best wide receiver in the SEC, Treylon Burks. Is going on to the pros. I think he'll be a top 15 draft pick, maybe conceivably top 10. But we'll see about that. Mm-hmm. But that's really our biggest loss. And then on defense, there are a couple of guys. Grant Morgan's graduating, heart and soul guy. Just glue of the defense. Hayden Henry's going on to the pros. But Bumper Pool's staying. I guess that should be in the next segment. In the secondary, Joe Fouché transferred, I believe, to LSU, but we got a LSU defensive back in return as sort of a trade. We got McLaughlin. So, that should be basically a wash. Jalen Catalon is supposedly entirely healed. And that'll be a big difference in the secondary. Also coming in, we got Jaden Hazelwood from Oklahoma.
I was going to ask you. I was going to see how you're going to mitigate the loss of Burks, right?
Right, and I think Hazelwood will be a big part of that. And then we've got some young guys that just need to step up. I think Thompson's still there. He transferred from Florida State. Warren Thompson. At one point, we had the triple Warren offense. I think Tidwell will appreciate this because we had a guy whose first name was Warren Thompson, a guy whose last name was Warren, Davion Warren, and a guy from Warren, Arkansas, in Treylon Burks.
Nice. Well done.
We've definitely lost one of those. The other two are still there. Like I said, Hazelwood's coming in. So that's the big thing that's changing, of course, and I don't know if you normally cover this in the in this segment, but the big difference this year is really our schedule. Our non-conference schedule is as difficult as I've ever seen it at Arkansas. Because
there's one game that I am especially looking forward to, and that's the Cincinnati game. Now I know that Cincinnati is probably going to be a notch below where they were last year. They're losing some key elements, but they've been good. All right.
Absolutely.
Help me remember the last 3 teams that beat Cincinnati were Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State, right?
I think that's right.
Yeah, and so like that's a hell of a resume. All right, so these guys are doing work. All right,
that's over 2 years. Yeah,
right. And become a first Power 5, first group of 5 team to make it to the postseason. And you guys got them in a non-con game this year, so I think it's great. Exciting program versus exciting program. So I think that's a good matchup.
I think it's really going to say a lot about what kind of program Cincinnati has, right? Because the question is, did they have just a great class with Desmond Ridder, and is it just that team that was really special? Or have they built something that they can keep up as a program?
Right, and we'll see, right?
And yeah, they show up in Fayetteville, and if we don't do what we need to do, and they look really good, then that'll say a lot about them as a program. And if we can take care of business, it'll say that we're still heading in the right direction.
Yeah, right on. Caleb, you got anything for Dargan about along the lines of what's changing here?
No, really. I know we talked a lot about Traylon Burks. The thing that I was thinking about changing, I know y'all lost a lot off of that defensive backfield too. And that's something I was really looking forward to. Y'all's defense was really good last year, minus the Ole Miss game. And, Ole Miss, they could score a lot of points. But that's a red flag in my opinion too. I still think Arkansas is going to be good, but that the defensive backfield is something to watch out for in my opinion too. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
I agree. I think, there's quite a bit of turnover, but we may end up not sure, not having gone through spring ball, who's going to be the starters back there. We may end up with 2 new starters who one of them's McLaughlin from LSU, and the other transfer is, I think from South Florida, if I remember correctly. But both those guys were pretty good at their old schools and were highly recruited. And then the other thing that I think will help us a lot is Catalon coming back. Catalon is an NFL safety. He just is. Yeah. And if he can stay healthy, that will make a big difference.
Yeah. No,
he's really probably the most talented guy on that defense.
Okay. Dude, I'm excited to get on to the next portion of that. But before we do that, let's do this first.